up, wake up, wake up. I am your host, Chantel, better known as Miss Recycle, and you are officially on the Wake Up and Smell the Coffee show, okay? Infinity TV, where we're here to spill these coffee beans, y'all. Listen, damn. I'm just get straight into it, right? Okay. Y'all know what betrayal feels like? Man, I hope that's something that you guys would never ever have to feel. The feeling of being betrayed, okay? Today's topic is the betrayal of the universal mother, okay? The universal mother of life, all right? Listen, ladies, my ladies, on this belated Mother's Day and happy Grandmother's Day to all my grandmothers. Happy belated Grandmother's Day, Mother's Day to all of you. Every day should be Mother's Day, okay? For the stuff that we go through as mothers. This is really crazy, okay? Because as women, we are all experiencing these things simultaneously. We are experiencing these things simultaneously, y'all. And I'm not up here trying to like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not up here bashing anyone. I'm not trying to bash anyone at all, period. I am just stating a point. I'm going off of this information that I'm just coming across, okay? And we all know that, a lot of this stuff stems from tricks, okay? So I really can't really be mad at anyone for any action that they, but at the end of the day, it's like, damn, in a sense, yes, I can, because, there comes a time where a person has to have some type of morals and values, right? But at this point in time, listen, you got people who have none because they're unlawful. They are unlawful. They are not abiding by the laws, all right? Listen, there are certain things that you can do in the physical realm that you can't do in the spiritual realm, okay? So see, in the spiritual realm, there are laws and rules and regulations that you just can't, you have to follow the rules, right? So this in this earthly realm, there are laws, rules, and regulations, but they are allowed to break them. They're allowed to break them. They're given free will. That's where do with thy will comes in at, right? So they're given free will to basically do as they want. So it's a choice to each individual person as to how they choose to act, how they choose to treat other people, just how they choose to live, period, right? So you have a lot of people who choose to be um, manipulators. You have a lot of people who choose to do magic to get over on someone. You have a lot of people who choose to abuse people to, you know what I'm saying? And it's really, as throughout my research, I'm realizing that all of that is a form of magic, which is manipulation. All of those things that I just named is a form of manipulation, which equals to magic, okay? Anything that is about controlling another person, controlling another individual is connected to magic, all right? So, like, it gets deep, y'all, but I want y'all to listen to this, okay? This is the betrayal of the universal mother of life, all right? Listen, oh gosh, damn. Betrayal. I know what it feels like. I know what it feels like, yo. It's not a good feeling, but guess what? It helps you grow. It does. It helps you grow as a person, and it's a learning process as well. When you're betrayed by someone who you love, who you would never ever just think that would ever betray you in any type of fashion, when you're betrayed by that person, it does a lot. It really causes a timeline shift, a paradigm shift. Okay? It causes a shift. And especially when, damn, the betrayal just runs deep. Like you just getting betrayed on top of betrayal on top of betrayal. Like the betrayal doesn't stop. It just like an overflow. But like that's really overwhelming to a person. It can become very overwhelming, right? It can cause death. It can cause illness. It can really like, you know what I'm saying? And that's another form of magic manipulation. Betrayal. Oh yeah, and also, what else is attached to it? Humiliation. Okay, so if a person is humiliating you all the time, causing you to be humiliated in public and things like that, yeah, that's a ritual. That's a form of manipulation. That is abuse as well. But these things happen to people, do things like that to gain control over a person, okay? Mentally. Like if you make a person feel so bad, like their esteem is so low to the point where, oh, no one else is gonna want you but me. And if they start believing that, okay, they will never leave you. They'll never leave you. And they know that. People who do that know that. They assume that anyways. They assume that the person will start believing that no one else in this earth, this big ass earth, would want them but them, and just attach themselves to them so deep, right? To the point where they know they're being hurt. They know they're not in the proper situation. They shouldn't be there, right? But they're there anyways because they were manipulated to believe that no one else will want them. This is the only person who would ever love them, and oh, ain't nobody gonna want you but me. Like, are you serious? You know what I'm saying? So, like, y'all just gotta be careful how people speak. Beware of the people who ask you, "What are your fears? What are your allergies?" Like shit like that. My grandmother always told me, "You never reveal your allergies to a person." Never reveal your allergies to a person, especially if you have like a major allergy that can kill you, like a peanut allergy or something like that. You don't tell people that. That's something that you keep secret, because if you have someone who like wants to harm you, that will be the most, oh, my easiest way, okay? That will be the easiest way to harm you, and it would kind of be overlooked, like it was a homicide or some shit like that, because you have an allergy to that. So they can cook your food in some peanut oil and off your ass, off you, and say, "Oh, it was a peanut allergy. Oh, they died from an allergy. They didn't know they was eating the peanut oil." Really? Yeah. So really be careful. Be careful of people who ask you certain type of questions like, do you have any resentments, or uh what else? Do you have any resentments? What are your fears? Um, Shit like that. Like, what are you know what I'm saying? Like, why? Why? Why would a person be asking you those questions? Okay? Ask yourself that. They're asking you those questions because they setting your ass up for something. This is information that they needed in order for them to pursue whatever it is they were trying to do. Some people use your hardships against you. They use your fears against you. They use your allergies against you. They use your dislikes against you. Some people will do everything that you say you don't like, right? Instead of doing the opposite. It's crazy, y'all. Some people will literally, right, tap into your dislikes. If you always think, "Well, I don't like this and I don't like that," you know what I'm saying? That's why I had to get out of the habit of that. I had to get out of the habit of saying what I didn't like and start speaking on what I liked, to bring forth those things. Because when I spoke on the things that I did not like, it seemed like, you have people around you who are really against you and you may not know it, right? So they're like, "Oh, she don't like this. Oh, she don't like that to be. Oh, okay. Oh, you don't like that? Oh." They will use it against you. And they will do everything that you don't like, or they will make certain things happen that they know you don't like to happen, just to cause you to get into a frenzy. Okay? So be very careful how you speak around people. Stop telling people about your past and what happened, because they will use it against you, especially if you've been essayed. All right? That's something that I believe women should not really share with their mates. I don't know. To me, I don't. That's something you shouldn't share, really, because they will throw it up in your face eventually. They will really use it against you in time. I'm telling you, if they're that type of person. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that all of them are like that, right? But it's like, damn, y'all. Is it the majority? Like, yes, that's why they say, I guess it's few and far between. They're like peas in a pot. Shit. This is crazy, but it's real. It's real. So I had to bring this topic to you guys, y'all. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go on so long about, like, you know what I'm saying, but it's just this shit is real, y'all. And what I'm gonna do right now is just to let Ascension Glossary read it to you, because you fact checkers ain't gonna be fact checking me. Fact check Ascension Glossary. Here we go.
Betrayal of the Universal Mother of Life.
Listen.
Published by Ascension Glossary. This narrative continues through the eyes of a cloned Syrian Anunnaki reptilian named Sam, stationed in the Second Harmonic Universe and during the massive backlash of the Orion Wars, in which many generals are gathering their armies to finally destroy the Universal Mother of Life principle throughout this solar system known as Tiamat.
Pay attention.
Sam is deeply conflicted about the orders for annihilation. As his blood holds the memory of his mer-mother goddess on Tiamat, he is fascinated with amphibian-related genetics that he shares with a cloned reptoid sister, who is later revealed to be the figurehead Isis. In the frenzied rage of his Belial father's orders to grasp total power in the solar system through the complete destruction of the Universal Mother of Life principle, these reptilian armies believe the patriarchal masculine to be infinitely superior rulers, whereby they intend to annihilate the existence of the Mother of Life and her triple solar goddesses that have been initiated into the mysteries of the universe by Anahazi Mua. Further, seizing all of the Cosmic Mother's stored knowledge in the Emerald Crystal Networks is collected from the Cosmic Hall of Records, thereby gaining access to the most advanced technologies of the ancient builders' records and Emerald Founder schematics of the universe that were being protected and housed within Tiamat's White Sun Diamond Core. During the Galactic Wars, the utter destruction left in its wake was that those consciousnesses of assorted species that fell into the lower harmonic universes via suction through a black hole were genetically mutated and rapidly digressed in such ways they lost their longer lifespans, as well as the knowledge of their ancient origins and previous histories.
Pay attention!
Unfortunately, these and other tragic events that spawned the emergence of Metatronic Reversal and its manifestations of anti-life evil were combined with the immense frustrations of many advanced reptilian species having been displaced or wandering about the solar system. Such as some of these factions of the Syrian Anunnaki, that further accumulated into negative behavioral mutations that were expressing excessive violence towards conquering other species, who were being directly influenced and falling into the psycho-spiritual warfare controls as designed under the Wesson Borges victim-victimizer broadcasts. The once noble and peaceful Sirius A races of the Second Harmonic Universe descended quickly into the desperate use of artificial intelligence and advanced technological machinery to generate cloned individuals and cloned armies, for serving a variety of job-oriented purposes and populating the organizational ranks.
Did y'all hear that?
The incessant reoccurrence of cloning and genetic modifications over time unraveled into assorted examples in the timeline trigger events of malicious and violent destruction, in which extremely perverse and sadistic distortions of an emergent evil nature began to infiltrate into many worlds, which were being invaded by neighboring black hole entities and reptile insectoid species that willingly mutated themselves into AI hybrids and clones in exchange for an immortal lifespan and superpowers.
This is why they wanted y'all to abort y'all babies.
Like the Zeta races, these Syrian Anunnaki factions lost their ability to incarnate into an organic planetary biology that requires compatibility with the planet's world soul, and instead became shadow beings or shape-shifting consciousnesses that had to have genetically labbed bodies made expressly for them in order to have a physical body that functioned at all. It should be obviously stated that these cloned bodies cannot ascend or evolve naturally. It is impossible for them to open dimensional doors without angelic human beings that have retained some of their inherent spiritual light-body connections to the planetary world soul. Thus, it is important to remember that Sam Enki was himself a hybrid clone made from his Syrian Anunnaki reptilian father's genetic lineage of Anu, holding the cellular memories from electrical wars, Pleiadian and Nibirian invasion histories in which these species were aware of the slow descent into chaotic darkness that was engulfing some species through genetic digression.
What wars?
Thus, the original motivation from Sam Enki's perspective as a master geneticist can be considered as rational with some glimpse of sanity, as at this stage he seems to be unaware he was designed by his father to become a Luciferian Antichrist force purpose to exterminate all founder Christo's genetics and conquer Earth for his Syrian Anunnaki brethren.
Listen.
Instead, early on his primary motivation appears to be the noble cause of attempting to save his preferred genetic lines and reptilian-based species from utter annihilation from those black hole invaders coming from the parallel reality that had made aggressive war against them. In these galactic wars, they also lost many of their family members who were lost somewhere across the matrix and possibly descended into a black hole or sucked into a phantom matrix.
Scattered throughout the world.
The origins of the ancient Syrian Anunnaki reptilian lineages groomed by black hole entities as a genetically modified Antichrist race to oppose and exterminate the Emerald Founders was indeed clarified. It points to the history of constant genetic modifications run by the Belial Group, still quite active today in advancing their transhumanist cloning and AI hybridization objectives, which become clear when researching the contents of recent bioweapon injections. Along with the formation into the Enki armies of shape-shifting reptoid Syrian Anunnaki entities as reproduced originally from the patriarch father Anu DNA, then inserting Sam Enki Osiris later on as a clone of triple solar masculine principle, designed to be in service to the ongoing conquests of the reptilian-based genetic species by asserting their warring domination and mind control throughout the universal time matrix.
Listen.
Thus, in the warring ideology of the rising patriarchal mindset and AI hybridization forming in the reptilian Belial group, the cosmic mother and triple solar daughter principle would have to be destroyed at all costs. The covert agenda of Father Anu cloning himself as Sam Enki Osiris was revealed with the stark purpose to completely destroy Tiamat, the Christos Sophia, and the cosmic Elohe founders. Salam's design and fate was not relayed to him up front. He was ruthlessly ordered around by his father and colleagues, and expected to carry out his programming as a master geneticist with threats of suffering and penalty of death. Which reveals the source of his fascinating terror and genetic obsession to find an immortal body to inhabit to free himself, finally finding the right combination with the mother's line of ruby sun DNA that was also used to spawn the Nephilim. Sam Enki Osiris became the prominent figurehead groomed to be the instrument of carrying out the massive task of destroying the mother of life principle of Tiamat, along with the ongoing genocidal plan at the manipulations of his Belial father Anu. He took his own autonomy in order to perfect his geneticist skill sets, which sometimes went against his father, when he sided with the high priestesses of his own reptilian lineage, such as his clone sister. However, Sam Enki Osiris further cloned himself into Marduk, who finally became the ultimate destroyer of the Tiamat logos, and then subsequently conquered Nibiru, turning it into the Battlestar headquarters for organizing the growing cloned Syrian Anunnaki armies, both Enki and Lil Zephilium, Zetas, orchestrated by Sam Enki to run the Nibirian bases set up all over the planet and solar system.
Zeta Phi Beta!
Sadly, through the development of ongoing warring strategies of exterminating those species not under his genetic control with the multiple series of Enki DNA modifications, over thousands of years this cloned entity digressed into the anti-life evil incarnation of the devious Luciferian master geneticist for the Belial sons. He appointed himself as the god of the earth, Enki, which was further exploited during the Sumerian Egypt invasion. The Sumerian tablets contain some of the propaganda of the greatness that is described as Enki, with credits given to him as the creator of all. The narrative continues that he is the creator of humanity, being the grand architect or even the master mason of the world. During the timeline of this self-appointed reign, his consciousness is increasingly mentally fracturing into more subpersonalities while he is populating fragments of himself into the demonic shadow hierarchies, forming Red Trident, as the descent of his consciousness is plummeting into total incoherence and insanity. He is fully obsessed with artificial intelligence experimentation and perpetually cloning himself into other species' genetic material in a crazed fury of wanting total control over every last minutia of the collective human race and planetary activities under the direction of the controller hierarchy. Along with the sudden violent outbursts of infantile projections of his own glorified exaltation when accessing creator godlike powers in which to control the timelines and genetically modify humanoid beings intentionally made with the embedded synthetic language recorded in his DNA image, as the clones he has designed are becoming defectively violent and increasingly perverse with every next generation of offspring.
Wow.
The universal mother of life is Tiamat. The Cosmic Mother's reclamation of the Tiamat logo's white diamond core revealed the ancient Emerald founder records of the original Anahazi Mua language that was spoken and sung as the universal mother of life principle for building and administering to the creation. Specifically, the Blue Solar Risha Dragon family were created by Cosmic Mother to embody her ancient musical language of the Holy Mother's Sophia code transmitted from her white diamond sun and emerald crystal hearts within a 48-layered emerald crystal heart matrix. Thus, the Cosmic Mother of Life DNA language sets the electromagnetic tones for architectural holograph.
Battery is low. Please recharge in time.
Crystal heart networks that were once converging into the Tiamat White Sun planetary core, generating the 10D solar star network, Shara. This white diamond core functioned in companionship with the blue rainbow sapphire shield 10D galactic gate to codify the frequency sets for organic bi-wave and tri-wave crystalla architecture for Christos frequencies in the Emerald Dragon Templar clock shield, setting the organic dimensional time waves for the entire universal time matrix. The Blue Rainbow Solar Risha Dragon family from the cosmic spirit sons of Iriayanas are the triple solar goddesses of Tiamat. They are the universal mother